What's up, duelists? Your boy is back, and today I am playing one of my favorite decks of all time, Blackwings. This deck is so much fun. It's a pillar of Edison format, an aggressive deck that likes to attack and switch off brain sometimes, and in my case, all of the time. I've got some really cool replays to show you guys, sort of a mental side effect of playing Blackwings. You'll see my brain just completely fumbles the bag in multiple instances. I misplay like crazy, but it makes for a more exciting video. Blackwings is just such a sweet deck. It's like summon your whole hand and just hope it's good enough type beat. You can play it in a couple different ways. This way is definitely not the most correct way, but it is definitely the most switch brain off way. We've got a main deck DD Crow, main deck Dark Eruption, some tech cards, Brain Control and Mind Control. I think these are both broken cards. I feel like not playing them is a little bit silly. Triple Upstart Goblin, not a fan of these, but they do help you see Whirlwind a little bit sooner. And then Double Royal Decree, also not really a fan of these. I feel like these are probably better slated to be other options, but I'm just having fun. I just want to normal summon Blackwing monster, special summon a couple Blackwing monsters and attack directly. So that's kind of the vibe. I think the sideboard is where things get interesting, kind of. Not really. No, Nobleman of Crossout is a card that I've been very on the fence about. It's not a very good card, but I cited in today's video, and you'll see why I'm on the fence about it. Trap Dust Shoot, Solemn Judgment. Those are for the combo decks, the frog decks, where you don't necessarily want Royal Decree. I've got Triple Deck Dev. This helps against Fairies, which is a terrible matchup, and Quick Draw, which is also a terrible matchup. Triple Fossil Dyna for frogs. Cyber Dragon for machines, some more DD Crows to combo with that Dark Eruption or the Dark Grepher, and just so we have interaction under Royal Decree, and then Giant Trunade to help against back row matchups. The main deck it's a Blackwing deck. Let's get into the matches. Anyway, I lose the rock paper scissors because I literally never win the rock paper scissors. Keep that in mind. And the opening hand looks pretty solid. We actually have some good ones here. What does Upstart Goblin find us? Dark Grepher, so pretty strong starting hand. Pretty happy about all this. I think it's best to lead on Shura here. If we can kind of break open the opponent with the Shura, then the Grepher plus Vayu can maybe go crazy. We're going to go Shura attack. He's going to go Pyramid Turtle into Ill Blood. So now I got a couple of options here. I could go Gale and just make an Armor Master and hope he can't beat that. That's not bad. It's not bad. I could go Vayu. I could make an Android. It's functionally the same thing, plus we get some life points. If he can beat an Android, then that means he can beat a Armor Master. The same things beat those two cards, so I think it's functionally the same, but we get that 600 life points. I could also go Gale and then attack the Illblood and book it and destroy it. That is something I was thinking about, but you know what? I'm just going to go with the Android and force him to act, more or less. Synchro into Android here, set Book of Moon, end phase gain 600 life points, pass the turn back. Don't want to set both in case he has Heavy Storm. It's possible he has Heavy Storm. He didn't set anything. He's going to Ill Blood, activate the effect to special summon Pyramid Turtle, attack with Pyramid Turtle, and before I show you what he gets off Pyramid Turtle, I have to remind you guys that RBETs are coming up. Oh shit, the segue. Oh, you guys weren't ready for that. Online RBETs are coming up in March. Make sure you're in the really big Yu-Gi-Oh Discord, ready to play in these. They are super hyped, free to enter. Anyone can enter. Signups happen the day before the tournament. And then for the IRL RBETs, you want to sign up for those as soon as possible. You'll find sign-up links in the description below. RBET Maryland, 500 capacity. RBET New York, 200 capacity. We are getting more and more people signing up for those, so make sure you get signed up for that. Get your flights early while they're cheap, etc. Plan your Airbnb, whatever it is. Insane prizes. I believe the first place prizes are like playset of Ultimate Caius, custom mat, all this crazy stuff. You guys don't want to miss these tournaments. They're super, super dope. Anyway, back to the replays. He crashes the Pyramid Turtle, and then he gets a cool little tech card here off of the Pyramid Turtle. Ryukoki. This card's pretty strong, and it just has a lot of attack points. So he's basically getting a free kill spell on my Android or a free destruction on my back row because of this Ill Blood. So that's pretty strong. That's pretty solid. He's just going to be able to attack. I decide to book the Ryukoki after some deliberation. I feel it's best to keep my magical Android around. I'm not certain this is the best play, but I think we should be able to get our card advantage back here by battle. I'm going to normal summon Grepher, pitch the Vayu, send the Sirocco, banish. Thankfully, he does not have a DD Crow in his main deck. Zombie decks main decking DD Crow are actually very terrifying. I think that they're like one of the strongest ways to play this deck, DD Crow. I don't personally main deck DD Crow right now in my zombie build because I'm playing instant fusion zombies. But I think that if you are playing like the Diva zombie with like Book of Lives, which I'm assuming he is because he got like hella level 6s, I think that DD Crow is actually a really strong option. Anyway, we're able to attack over the Illblood, dealing 300. Thankfully, no Tragodia. That would have been a pain in my ass. Armed Wing attacks over the Ryukoki, and then we attack directly with Grepher for 17. Don't set the Space Typhoon. There's really no reason to. And we'll pass the turn back. He draws for turn. He does have that Book of Life. So he's able to banish our Vayu follow-up, which kind of sucks because I did need that guy. That guy would have been really useful. So he banishes the Vayu. And he's able to bring out 2 monsters off of 1 Book of Life. So making a lot of use out of this Illblood. Actually kind of showing off the strength of this card. But yeah, he's going to attack over the Armed Wing, attack over the Dark Grepher, and we've just got Magical Android. Just big chillin'. We're going to Typhoon that. I should have done it in my draw phase, but I'm being stupid. You should Typhoon here with turn player priority to play around Dust Shoot. Anyway, we Typhoon it. It's main deck pulling the rug. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What is actually happening? Now, I do like main deck pulling the rug, particularly in decks with stuff like Pyramid Turtle, Shining Angel, that sort of stuff, just because your public enemy number 1 is Caius the Shadow Monarch. And if you can pulling the rug Caius the Shadow Monarch, it becomes very difficult for you to actually lose. So I do think pulling the rug is really good in these types of decks. I don't think that this is a bad tech choice at all from our opponent. We're just going to allure, drawn to 2 new cards. We do Rip Gale, and this is where my Blackwing player brain has an aneurysm. This is where I completely stop functioning as a human being. The correct play is to banish Bora, attack over the Illblood. The Illblood will send the Ryukoki to the graveyard. So that's the correct play. I just want to go on record and say that this is the correct play. Make this play. If you ever find yourself in this circumstance, or you're facing down an Illblood, you've got Mind Control, Gale, Sirocco for follow-up, you should attack over the Illblood here. Now, the brain-dead Blackwing player play is don't do the math. Don't think about it. Banish the Sirocco, Mind Control the Illblood bring out the Pyramid Turtle, normal Gale, have the Ryukoki, special the Bora, Synchro, attack with everything, and don't do the math. Just don't do it. Just don't do it at all. That's the play I decide to go for. I decide to stop thinking. You'll notice here that normally this would be game. However, we did play that 1 Upstart Goblin. So the math is not does not line up as normally he would expect. Let's take a look at his hand just so we can get an idea of what's going on for game 2. You know, just for the commentary's sake. He's got a bunch of garbage in his hand. He could have done some cool stuff the last turn. He did not normal summon. Oh, he did. He had to normal summon the Illblood. So let's say, for example, our play is Android attack over the Illblood, pops both his monsters, pass the turn back, we gain 600. On his turn, he doesn't really have any plays. He's kind of just fucked. He's kind of just like stuck there. Maybe if he had another Book of Life, he could do that. But that would once again take his whole turn, and then we'd be looking at something like normal Sirocco, Special Gale, Mind Control for game. So this is kind of an L on our part. Kind of an insane choke. Kind of an insane punt. We're going to go ahead and Mind Control the Illblood. Special Summon Pyramid Turtle, Special Summon Gale, Special Summon Bora. Have the Ryukoki. Synchro into Armor Master. Attack. He takes 12, and then I'm like, oh, fuck. This is only 4,200, and my opponent's at 4,600, and I have punted this game away because he's going to get his Illblood back, and I just fucking lose. Because once he has the Illblood, I just fucking lose. Like, it has the effect. I'm just like, I'm all over the place here. And then easiest concede in my life. I mean, like, he's just going to go Bryonic, and yeah, I just have nothing, and he has 17 cards, and I'm just done. I'm just cooked. Anyway, we side in the Noblemans and the DD Crows, and I side out the Upstart Goblins. And as you can see here, I draw those cards. I draw the Nobleman, I draw the DD Crows, and I'm just like, well, I can't complain because I drew the cards that I sided in, but come on, this ain't that great. Anyway, I'm able to Grepher, set up an Armed Wing, set Burial, and pass. He's going to normal summon Deep Sea Diva here. Special summon out Deep Sea Diva. Set 3 and pass. And I'm like, where's my fucking decrees? Why do I have Decree in my deck if I don't have it right here? Where's my Heavy Storm? What the fuck? Bruh. Why is my Nobleman and my DD Crow completely dead? Anyway, I switch Gruffer to defense to play around Mirror Force. But of course, he doesn't have Mirror Force. He has Dimensional Prison. So, I take a 50-50 and I fucking lose. Why would he be playing Dimensional Prison and pulling the rug in the main deck? Anyway, I'm just like, well, I guess I'll pitch my Kalut, because Kalut doesn't do anything with his hand, and I'd rather have double Crow against zombies. Right? Send Vayu to set up for my Burial. He's going to end-phase Dust Tornado. We're going to be able to chain Burial, so get a nice little plus there. Pass the turn back. He's got normal summon Goblin Zombie off the top. Of course, he ripped the Goblin Zombie. He opened the Diva, and he ripped the Goblin Zombie. So our Nobleman of Crossout, not doing anything. He's going to be able to make Goyo Guardian, search Plague, steal my Greffer. And now I'm just like, fuck, dude. Why did I not pitch the DD Crow? Why did I not keep the Kalut? Blackwing Brain completely shut off my head. He goes ahead and synchros into Bionic, and I look at my hand and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? I can't even be mad because I sided in all 4 of these cards, but I drew all 4 of them. I'm just like, dude, what the fuck is happening? This is so stupid. This is such... Oh my god, ungodly luck. Anyway, we can make Armor Master, right? And we can run over the Bionic, so we're not just dead here. But he's got fucking Interdimensional Matter Transporter to protect his Bionic. Why is this card in your deck? Play a Bottomless, like a normal human being, please. Pulling the Rug, okay, I can defend that. D-Prison, okay, I can defend that. Dust Tornado, alright. I can defend those choices. You know, hell, I can defend you Normal Summon Diva and, passing. I cannot defend this garbage. This card is terrible. This card is just genuinely really bad. Anyway, it works out perfectly for him, of course, because I have 4 fucking bricks. He pitches Mizuki, bounce the Armor Master. Now, we're not just dead here. I could still top deck Kalut, would be useful. Gale could work here. We're going to take 23. We're going to take 28. It's almost like he knows I have 4 DD Crows in my hand. Doesn't even bother going for the Mizuki. Of course, he has Book of Life as well to banish the Vayu even through this DD Crow, which sucks. So, yeah, and we top deck another Vayu. In fact, the 3rd. So, most ungodly bad draws I've ever had in my entire life, and that's going to lead me to lose a match. I'm just like, well, GG's. What can you do? And then he offers me a rematch. Foolish opponent. Foolish opponent. Just take your W. All right, just take your W. Never offer me a rematch. Immediately I win rock, paper, scissors. Like I said, I never do. And immediately I open the nuts. I was never offer me a rematch. Never play me. Never double or nothing me. Because I will always have my revenge. I will always... Even though I have played like the dumbest human being on the planet. Like someone who actually doesn't want to win. Even though I have drawn like an absolute scrub skill issue. I will always have my revenge. Always. Allure of Darkness, banishes Vayu, normal summon nothing. Upstart Goblin first. Oh my gosh. Have you ever seen a more beautiful hand? This hand is godly. Whirlwind, search Blizzy, set Decree. Even if our back row gets popped, we got Heavy Storm. We're big chillin'. T-set? T-set? Normal summon Bora, activate Whirlwind. Opponent does nothing. No responses. We search Gale. Now, with 1 back row, I generally like to hold the Decree to chain it to that back row just to get our +1, right? Anyway, attack the set monster. Gonna deal some Pierce. He's gonna search Plague. Attack directly. Gonna deal 1,700. Pass the turn back. He's got normal summon Deep Sea Diva, his favorite play. Diva pass. Except this time he has broken mind control. So I'm like, alright. Alright. You can have your broken one of. I have my broken Black Whirlwind Star. You can have your broken mind control. It's all fair. It's all fun and games here. Anyway, he attacks Abora. I didn't search Kalut, but you know that means I have one, right? Like, you know that's what it means, right? He's going to Book of Life. He knows I have the Blizzy, though. So this is just a punt, I believe. He banishes our Kalut to not give us access to a level 3 or a Dark Eruption, but I think it's a little silly not to banish the Bora because that's our Blizzy play, right? He's going to synchro into Bionic, search Mizuki, and pass. Now, I should have read this accurately, obviously, because he didn't banish the Bora. It means that he has Solemn Judgment set. The one card I cannot chain Royal Decree to, but alas. I normal Blizzy, try to chain Whirlwind, but he's got the Solemn Judgment. That being said, I still have game, so it's fine, because I opened the nuts. Special Gale, and I ripped the second Kalut, like a lucker noob. Anyway, have the Bionic attack over for 150, and this is going to be almost exact game here, just slightly over. 75 over to be exact. Gonna Kalut, and we're going to go to game 2. He says no. He says no. I hit him with the sad face. He said no every time I had the Kalut. I just hit him with the sad face. This time, I learned from my mistakes, alright? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I elect not to side in anything at all. At the end of the day, that is always the correct play. Set, pass. We open up exactly what we need to open up. Because I didn't sideboard in 15 fucking Noblemen of Crossouts. Ironically, the Nobleman here would have been over the Upstart Goblin. And so it would have been actually good this game, but funny how that works, right? Sure attacks the set monster. We're going to chain. He's going to get his Ryukoki. I'm going to special summon Gale main phase 2. And of course he has the one fucking card that punishes us. It's not his interdimensional matter transporter. It's not his pulling the rug. It's his fucking torrential tribute. Of course. Of fucking course. He has the one card that punishes us from going Stardust Silverwind Decree over this stupid... I'm so mauled right now, but it's okay. I set Decree. I have DD Crow. I'm big chillin'. He normal Zombie Master. He pitches, but we've got the Crow. Now, I'm not certain I should have crowed here. I think that there's considerations. Considerations to hold the Crow for a Book of Life on one of his stronger monsters. That being said, dealing with Pyramid Turtle is annoying, and my hand doesn't really do that well against it. So I decided to crow the Pyramid Turtle and just hope he doesn't have Book of Life. That being said, I think lists are playing upwards of 3 Book of Life now, so yeah, I don't know if that's correct. I think it's all right. I think it's not the worst. Anyway, I have game here, and I decided to go for it because lol. Blizzy, bring back Shura, synchro to Goyo Guardian. Oh, no, not here. Sorry, next turn I have game. You'll see. You'll see what I'm talking about. He goes set monster. I rip another Blizzy. Now we have game. And I'm going to go for it. Like, why would I not go for it, right? Like, he didn't have Gore's game 1. Why is he going to have it now? In game 2. Pitch, bounce the monster. Burial back to Sirocco. Banish, make Armed Wing. And even if he has Gore's, I can steal it with Goyo Guardian. It's only really bad if he has Gore's plus Brain Control. Or Mind Control. Specifically, that combination of cards, right? Of course he has the Gores, so I'm like, alright, this fucking sucks, but at least I get to steal the Gores, right? And you know what? At least he's not in a position to make Bionic, right? Normal Summon Diva. My boy loves Normal Summoning Diva. With nothing he can synchro with in play. Alas. Alas. The game I draw Royal Decree, he has 0 fucking trap cards. Of course he draws Mind Control every single game. I swear to fucking God. This is the worst. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me, actually. Sadly. Anyway, pitches, bounces our entire board. Synchros into Thought Ruler. You can kind of see how this game went. Unfortunately, us not having Noblemen of Crossout sided in. Didn't work out that well for us. Didn't work out that well. Alas, I get to go first. And my opening hand is alright. I'm going to Lure of Darkness here. Now, this is a weird one. I normally banish Sirocco here because at least I can summon the Vayu. But I decide to banish the Vayu. I'm not sure if it's correct to do that. I wonder what you guys would have done in this situation. You could also make an argument for banishing Ashura, but then you only have 1 level 4 to go with your Blizzy against the Book of Life deck, and that's not really ideal. I think the best play is to banish Ashura, though, because let's say I don't know, man. It might not be. It's got to be banish Vayu or Sirocco, but I'm not sure which one it is. I end up banishing the Vayu. I think that that's the correct play because it just leaves me with the best hand, more or less. Shura can always get me another Vayu if it resolves. Normal, set Decree. He sets. Beautiful moment for us to end phase Decree him. Finally, Decree does something. Finally, the cards I have decided to include in my deck over the optimal Icarus attack here that would have been infinitely better, actually does something. We draw a second Sirocco, and I'm just sitting here like, bruh. I don't know. Why didn't I keep the value? Obviously punished for like just some arbitrary bullshit. Attacks. He's got Raikou. He's gonna pop the Shura. This is a mistake. My opponent doesn't respect the Royal Decree. He thinks he can win this game without Dust Tornado and Deep Prison. And that is a lie. That is a foolish error on my opponent's part. He mills 3 cards. He doesn't hit a zombie. And that's the reason I elect not to go for the Blizzy main phase 2. He's going to go Zombie Master attack. We're going to take 1800. We're going to draw into Blizzy. I am going to go ahead and normal Sirocco run over Zombie Master. I do understand that Book of Life here is pretty bad for us. But thankfully he doesn't have it. He's going to Brain Control the Sirocco. And that's a Brain Control gone. He does extra deck X-Saber Urbellum, which more and more people are extra decking. It's a popular option. I don't normally see it, though, in these styles of decks, with the Diva, the Raikou, and without Instant Fusion. Normally you see it in the Instant Fusion zombie decks, but not in this. He could Foolish Burial Mizuki here, Mizuki back Zombie Master, pitch, bring out the Plague, and then attack me for a bunch more damage, but it's not quite lethal damage. So, thankfully for us, we are not just dead here. We would be in a position to take 5,000 and be draw locked, but I think he's a little bit scared of the Sirocco reversal, so he just goes for the draw lock. We do have the Blizzy into Yugioh Guardian. Yugioh Guardian's able to steal X-Saber Urbellum and put him in kind of an awkward spot. He's forced to go Foolish, send Mizuki, stack for Plague, normal summon Goblin Zombie, Synchro into Bryonic, search Spirit Reaper, pitch Spirit Reaper, bounce the Yugioh Guardian, banish, bring out the Spirit Reaper, try to get a hand rip here, which I think isn't a terrible play, because if you can hand rip the Dark Armed or the Blizzard, then it's difficult for me to actually come back here. And it might give him an opportunity to Bryonic bounce the Royal Decree. That being said, he could have, in theory, not bounced the Yugioh and just bounced the Decree instead. And run over the Urbellum and then saved his Mizuki, or even used it to bring out something other than Reaper. But I think he was scared of the Dark Armed and Blizzard, and he wanted to go for the 1 in 4 chance of hitting it. I don't think his play is bad, but I think that this doesn't open up his back row. He's just kind of stuck between a rock and a hard space, basically. Now it's our turn to have Broken Mind Control, however. And we have some great ones here to pitch to this Bryonic, including Vayu. Normal summon Sirocco. Banish, bring out Armed Wing, attack for 3,700 damage, and pass the turn. He's going to switch the Reaper, set a new monster. I rip another Upstart, got to fire it, and we draw the lethal Black Whirlwind. So, Upstarts costing me a match, and also digging me to lethal in a second match. So, you win some, you lose some with Upstart Goblin. I'm not sold on it. I don't think it's necessarily bad. I don't think it's necessarily good. I just think that it's going to cost you some matches, and it's also going to win you some matches. It's really difficult to determine how many matches it's going to win you and how many matches it's going to cost you, unless you have a ridiculously large sample size, which these 2 matches obviously are not a good showing of. I think that over a larger period of time, it will probably lose you more matches than it will win you, if you're playing Royal Decree. If you're playing Icarus Attack, maybe a more traditional Blackwing build, like let's say you cut the Royal Decrees for Icarus Attack, you cut maybe the Dark Eruption, the DD Crow for a 3rd Icarus Attack and like a Trap Dust Shoot in the main. Now we're talking. Now I think the Upstart Goblins might be worth it. But if you're not playing something like that, where you want to dig into Trap Dust Shoot or Black Whirlwind, or you just have like a higher density of good cards you want to have in your opening hands, like turn 1 going first, set Icarus plus Blackwing to end phase Icarus your opponent. Without that high density of stuff, I think that Upstart Goblin ain't it. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to sign up for the RBET stuff, or be in the Discord for the RBET stuff. Bit of a shorter video today, but I wanted to showcase some Blackwing gameplay because it's been a minute. Hoping to get up the extended version of Valhalla Fairies this weekend for members only. So if you're a member, stay tuned. That is going to be kind of a banger. Peace.